Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Burn. Burn.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of We Are the Knights,
the Batman podcast.
Although it's the other one, so it's kind of the Azrael podcast. I have Phil joining me, as always. It is Azrael himself.
Justin the Owl swooping back into Gotham City.
Hopefully, we'll have Russell back next month. I think he was still scarred from last month.
All of that talk of animal conception and nursing off of monkeys.
We get a little of that this week. Basically, it's just Brian saying, "Get over yourself." Kind of like, yeah, your mother was a monkey. So what? My mother was a bitch. All right, so yes, for this Azrael episode, we're going to be covering Azrael's issues 10, 11, and 12. 10 being the Underworld Unleashed crossover.
Mm-hmm.
This issue is going to be a little different, and yes, we'll discuss that towards the end, especially how it pertains to our main characters. So.
Yeah, quite a diversion.
All right, you ready for the first one?
Yeah.
All right, Azrael number 10 from November 1995. Arena. Writer Dennis O'Neil, penciler Barry Kitson, inker James Pascoe, colorist Demetrius Basokus, and digital Hellfire, letterer Ken Brzezinski, and editors Archie Goodwin and Chuck Kim.
Digital Hellfire, no relation to Lilith.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Although I could see her checking to see if that website's available.
The domain name, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tim Drake, Alfred Pennyworth, Lady Shiva, and Vic Sage walk into a bar. No, are in the audience of a karate tournament where a man in the Azbat costume is challenging anyone and everyone. Believing this to be Jean-Paul Valley on a rampage, Tim eventually steps into the ring as Robin. He's able to contend with the man, but falls to a cheap shot in the end. I was confused. I was like, wait a minute, is it like a boxing match or what was this supposed to be? It's like a ring. I'm like, wrestling? What?
Yeah, and the first time I read this too, his dialogue sounded so different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way that's Jean Paul. Like, yeah, it's got to be somebody different.
Oh yeah. Thankfully, Tim contacted Batman before he started the fight, and Batman saves it. Oh wait. Well, first Batman's like, "I'm too busy."
Yeah. I love that.
Ratcatcher, Catwoman. I know exactly what he's talking about too. Ratcatcher, Catwoman, Catman. Too busy. But thankfully, Tim had contacted Batman before the fight started, and Batman saves him by pulling the man through a skylight and onto the roof. Batman instantly recognizes this is not Jean Paul, but another Azrael. This Azrael fought Jean Paul a couple of months ago, two episodes back, kids, and made a deal with Neuron through Abracadabra. In exchange for his life, this other Azrael was to take on Batman. Now that he's finally facing Batman, this Azrael finds himself easily outmatched and almost falls to his death. Batman saves the man, who is actually relieved, and calls off the fight. Meanwhile, Jean-Paul himself arrives in Gotham City. Yeah, in that very last panel, we see him like looking from the other rooftop. That's it.
That's it.
The last panel. Besides that, Jean-Paul was not in this issue.
Yeah.
I forget.
He kind of needed a break too after the events of the last few issues. Yeah.
I just love how Denny O'Neil was just like, Underworld Unleashed. Yeah, we'll give the kid a break this time.
Yeah, we'll put him through enough. We'll put him through enough. We're gonna focus on the other guy. And I liked that too because that other Azrael, like, he was kind of a chump. Like, we didn't really get to see a whole lot of him. And then he fell off of that bridge during the climactic fight with Jean Paul, and I thought that was kind of a waste of a character. Like, they could have done more with him. And I was happy that we got to see him again pretty quickly after this. It was a nice way to tie it into Underworld Unleashed without it being um, too forced, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I'm assuming so. What I mean, what did the fake Azrael get out of this deal? Basically, I guess he still broke bones in the fall, but I guess it was basically like, okay, you'll survive the fall, and here you can have the Asbats armor. So that was the deal.
Right. Yeah, he just broke some bones instead of like breaking everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because Abracadabra comes in like a couple months ago, and he's like, yeah, you'll heal up, and
Mhm.
really doesn't say, but I'm guessing part of the deal is the Asbats armor.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I don't know how Kadabra got a hold of that.
I mean, like, magic, or his technology, future technology appears magic, but I'm just like, where I can see him getting it before this fake Azrael. I'm like, where the hell would he get this suit?
Hmm.
Does Azrael know
Yeah.
who Batman is? Maybe it was in the cave. And I guess it's just like, because they're maybe some of Denny O'Neil's favorite characters. But I'm like, I see the Vic and Lady Shiva. I'm like, okay, we're gonna see something. No, nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, just to exchange some dialogue in the seats. That's it.
Yeah. That was kind of a tease, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That first page. I am the Batman, and I'm here to kill somebody.
Kill someone. I was happy to see also more of Barry Kitson drawing the Asbat suit.
Yes.
Because like I said in previous episodes of the show, I don't think that unfortunately, we didn't get to see really enough of that during Night Quest.
Hmm.
And I love his rendition of that look so much.
And I mean, it looks fine here, but I'm trying to remember, like, I think the dark, this almost comes off a little too dark, like the coloring and stuff, I think,
Hmm.
on the digital, but it looks a lot better on the paper. Not that it's bad,
Yeah,
but it looks even better on the paper.
it does. Yeah, because they used that really glossy paper for
Hmm.
Ezreal that made the colors really stand out, really vibrant. Yeah. Yeah, on the app, they don't look quite as good. It looks very kind of murky and muddled, like you were saying. It looks really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it is a karate tournament. Yeah, the sign's there, but I'm just like, we're holding this in the middle of like a wrestling or a boxing ring. I'm like, really?
Yeah. But it's not against the realm of possibility that something like that would happen on a regular Wednesday night in Gotham City, though, a karate tournament. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that completely tracks.
I love it. And I love it's like, yeah, Batman's very busy, but meanwhile, Tim has time to sit with Alfred at this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ratcatcher, Catwoman, and Catman, they were all
It was a
affected by
story.
Underworld.
Well, no, it had nothing. I don't think it had anything to do with Underworld. There was like was it? It was like one or two issues of Shadow of the Bat that crossed over with an issue of Catwoman. Yeah, so
Oh, right.
yeah.
Because I remember there was a thing between Catman and Catwoman for a while. They had
Yeah.
some animosity, but I forgot how Ratcatcher figured into it.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I don't think it was even Underworld Unleashed. Because I'm trying to remember, did it? I don't know if Underworld Unleashed even hit Shadow of the Bat. I know it hit Batman and Detective, but I don't know if it even hit
Mhm.
Shadow of the Bat.
Yeah.
Mm.
The part where he's about to use his claws against Robin, and then the batarang comes down. He gets hoisted up through the skylight by Batman.
I know.
I love that. You're
I mean,
just like the kid. Stand still, he says as he tries to kick Batman's head off. Stand still. I love that.
yeah, because Batman's even like, "Let me help you." He's like, "I don't need no help. I've been in 22 fights to the death all over the world." But yeah, that's some cool. We had them fighting in the rain. You even get like the lightning and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would have been funny if he just is the fake Azrael. We're gonna hit by lightning because he's wearing this armor.
All that metal armor. Yeah. It was probably insulated though. Yeah.
Like, he tries like a kick on Batman and falls over the side, grabs the ledge, and he's like, "Don't let me fall." And he says, "You saved me."
Shall we continue?
No, I lose. Feels pretty good. And I think this is the last we see of the fake Azrael. So
yeah, I was going to ask you. Yeah, did he? If he, because there's a lot of this series that I actually haven't read later on.
I can't remember unless I missed something.
And
I can't remember it. I'm pretty sure this is his last appearance. I don't remember him appearing. Oh yeah, I mean, look how dark these like scans are. It's like you almost don't see like the real Azrael standing there at the end there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, see, look at like you almost can't see Azrael's head.
Ooh, we're having some connection stuff tonight.
Oh man. Testing. 1, 2. Justin, testing.
Ooh, I think I'm back now.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, now I'm back.
Okay.
I guess we had some connection issues.
Turn off the porn. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm used to podcasting with Lilith. But yeah, I mean, look, you can barely see the Azrael on that last page because
it's so dark. Yeah.
You really can't even see his head.
Yeah, but I remember in the actual physical comic book, it looks a lot better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even that fight, there's some aspects of that fight that are just so dark you can't really see what's going on. It almost looks like the Christopher Nolan Batman movies whenever there's a fight scene.
Exactly.
Just spin the camera around; it'll look good.
Spin the camera, make it dark. That way, we cut down on the fight scenes, and
yeah. There's a foot there. There's a fist there. There's somebody's face there, and some thumps. Okay, that's a fight scene. Cool. Cut.
Yeah. So I assume. I mean, this is the Denny's like fill-in issue because it's just a good chunk in the middle is that flashback scene where we see when Azrael sent the fake Azrael that falling from the thing.
Yeah. It's Kadabra.
And then Kadabra stops him before he hits the ground.
Yeah.
He basically says, I'm an emissary, an advanced man, if you will, for a personage known as Neuron.
Neuron
will be along in a month or two to raise a mighty ruckus on good old planet Earth. Meanwhile, I've already been dealing with
a ruckus. I love that.
You want my soul or something? Later, perhaps for now. He says, yeah, I'll grant you a wish or two for values to be named in the future. What's your pleasure? I want to live.
I remember Neuron made a deal in the Spectre comic book with Jim Corrigan. Yeah. And he separated him from the Spectre entity so that it was basically just running wild on its own. Not a good idea.
The funniest deal has to be when he makes a deal with Lex, because Lex is in that dying clone body, and so he gives him back a healthy, real body, and it's
yes.
And for as he signed the deal, Lex is like, "Yeah, let's make the deal." He's like, "I don't believe in souls and that jazz." And he's like, "Yeah, let's make the deal." And then after he gets it back, he's like, I think the next issue, he's like, "Man, I should have asked for hair," because he was bald. Hair. Hello, Noel.
At least he got his hand back.
I thought Russ was on this one. He didn't have time to read this time. He had so many Transformers and G.I. Joes and Hulks and everything else to read.
Spider-Man and
Spider-Man.
And plus he was reading the gang more stuff, but he was also traumatized from the previous Azrael story, so he needed a little bit of a break after that.
Between all the animal talk and Lilith was on last time, he was traumatized. Like Justin isn't watching porn.
Not on my laptop.
Well, yeah, well, him and Lilith watch the same stuff too. It's like Long Gone
Well,
Silver
yeah.
or something, you know, something.
Oh God, yeah.
He's like,
I'm
oh
sure we
yeah,
have
what?
multiple common favorites. Let's put it that way.
Hell yeah.
Pirates, arg.
Uh, so yeah, I mean this one. So what you think of this one? It's like we really don't get our main character. This is like
Yeah,
more of a Batman book than an Azrael book. This
it
one.
is. Yeah, but it was also kind of a spotlight on the other Azrael too, which was cool.
Hmm.
Because, like I said, he was kind of a throwaway character in the other story, or at least it seemed that way. And the fact that we saw him again, um, just a few issues later, was pretty cool. Actually, it was a surprise. I wasn't expecting to see him again, let alone so soon. And yeah, just like I said before, any excuse to see Barry Kitson draw that Asbat suit, I'm all for
Yeah,
it. Looks so good.
but yeah, I mean, I'm like, really, Norton's gonna be worried about Azrael.
Yeah,
So, especially because like they know what's going on because Katabra even tells fake Azrael, he's like, yeah, you know, he's basically been shattered, his mind, you know, his mind and everything. He's just like he's like in bad shape. You
yeah,
can probably take him. So,
yeah, yeah,
but yeah, that's like a cool like panel there where they kind of show Azrael and
yeah.
Katabra's cape there. Yeah.
So cool.
Uh,
Yeah, the artwork in this issue is great.
Yeah, but just some of the hand wavium in the writing, like when fake Azrael says, "I don't know what happened next. Somehow I came to Gotham City and to fight Batman. I like want to go here."
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know what happened. I just all of a sudden I magically appear. Oh, I mean, just say, yeah,
yeah,
the wizard
yeah,
guys got me to Gotham. That would make
exactly. And provided me with this suit of Asbat's armor out of nowhere.
I mean,
Yeah,
unless maybe they didn't find it. Maybe they just like created their own that looked like the because I remember, by the time Jean Paul got to the end of Night's End, that armor didn't look
mhm.
like this. So.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
So they might just
It's strange.
cadaver.
Plus, the ending of this was kind of abrupt, wasn't it? Like he falls off the edge of the building. Batman catches him, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, thanks, bye." I don't.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very abrupt. Well, again, it's like if this guy couldn't take Azrael, he's going to take Batman. But it's like, yeah, he throws like two
Yeah,
or three kicks, a punch, and yeah, it's pretty much it.
and then that's it. Yeah,
That's what I
I
said.
don't.
That like flashback, the whole this is what Underworld Unleashed is in the middle. That
Mhm.
flashback that took up a lot of real estate.
Yeah, I feel like this almost could have been 2 issues though. Like this Underworld Unleashed thing, they
Mm.
could have had maybe some mystery about who this dude in the Asbat's armor was, and then have the revelation be maybe the cliffhanger of the first part of the story.
Yeah,
And
that's.
then in the second issue, you have the fight between him and Batman. That's the
Mhm.
climax.
Yeah, that was the thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking this might be his last appearance. It's like we don't know. We don't know who this guy is, where he came
Mhm.
from. We don't even know what he looks like. He's worn a helmet or a
It's
mask
true.
every time we've seen him.
Yeah, we never see his real face. We don't even know what his real name is. We get these brief little mentions of his past and his personal history and things, but really nothing of substance beyond any of that.
And if like the guys at the Order of Saint Dumbass hadn't called him like he and stuff, you could make a case where do we even know he's a guy?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, how
Yeah.
funny would that be? That like this someone's terrorizing Gotham in this Asbat suit, and Batman knocks the helmet off and is like a woman.
Yeah. Sister Lily's actual sister or something like
Or
that.
her protege or so. Yeah, something.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, as fill-ins go, it's not bad.
Yeah. I liked this issue, yeah. But like I said, I feel like it could have been 2. This could have been split into 2
Yeah.
2 issues, I think.
And I wonder too if it's just like, oh yeah, everyone had to do an Underworld Unleashed issue, and Denny's just
Mm.
like, I don't want to like undo everything I've done with Jean Paul in the last like month or so, and
Mhm.
or just I don't want him in there all mindless. So just kind of an issue without him.
Yeah. And that makes sense too. Yeah, because he had other plans for the character and he didn't wanna derail those. That makes sense.
All right, you ready for the second one?
Yes.
All right. So Azrael number 11. Or sorry, link. Here it is. Azrael number 11 from December 1995. Angel Rising Part 1. Writer Denny O'Neil, penciler Barry Kitson again. Looks like the same team, except now Demetrius Basokas is the only colorist. There's no digital Hellfire.
Oh, no digital Hellfire on this one. Okay.
Yep. All right. What is that? Yep, that's the whole synopsis. All right. Batman takes care of a semi-catatonic Azrael for the last 3 days, and now he meets with Brian, and Sister Lily to take over. At least Brian has some small success in bringing Azrael back to normal. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, here's a name. Here's a name we haven't seen since 2023. Meanwhile, Dr. Shondra Kinsolving gets kidnapped by Clubber, a zoo janitor, and his cousin Nug. Nug and Clubber. Clubber with a K and one B, kids.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, these are some Denny thugs.
Definitely. And they're truly nasty. The part where one of them picks up the German Shepherd and just breaks its back over his knee. I was like, oh, great. Some more animal cruelty. Lovely.
The minute I read that, I was like, oh, here we go again.
Here we go again.
Yeah, look what all so yeah, I mean, this what opens like it opens at the zoo because I guess as we'll later find out, Sandra, who now has the mind of a child, used her healing powers on somebody, and everybody wants a piece.
Yep.
So and then we see this scene with Batman meeting Brian and Lily in the park.
Yeah.
Or no, it's still at the zoo, but it's nighttime.
Yeah.
I love Brian. Like the Easter Bunny, the Batman does not exist in Batman. That'll come as a shock to him. The Easter Bunny, I mean, he's already spent a fortune on next year's eggs. I'm like, it's funny, but I'm just like, that's not Batman equipped, like, you know.
Yeah. That sounds more like something Green Arrow would say.
Like,
and I love it when he says to them, he goes, "It would be extremely unwise to attempt to turn this situation to your advantage. I am far nastier than the Easter Bunny."
But yeah, he's like, oh yeah, Azrael got here like 3 days ago. He's basically he says since then he's been sitting alone in a dark place, not eating, sleeping, or speaking. So we're back at night quest. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, they show him just sitting in the cave in a chair.
Yeah, catatonic.
And for those of you who haven't read the previous issues, yeah, Brian tells Batman about how he learned the secret of his birth, that his human mother was slaughtered, and he was brought to term in a bottle, nurtured by animal fluids and periodically shocked with electricity.
Animal fluids. That's not the first time they make mention of animal fluids in this issue and the next one either. And every time I was like, oh, God. You had to say it again.
I love how Batman goes, how do you know? And Brian says, we stole documents from the Order. And Batman, I want copies.
I want copies. Yeah, I bet he will. Yeah.
But from Brian's like, why'd you summon us? And Batman's like, I feel a responsibility for him, but I'm not equipped by training or temperament to help him. But you, Dr. Brian, are a psychiatrist. He's like, a very poor one. It looks at
very
Lily.
Poor one.
Lily, you are obviously a renegade from the Dumas organization. I assume an ally. But yeah, that is a funny panel when he says, I wouldn't try to take advantage of this situation.
He looks very imposing. Do not mess with this man.
Oh, yeah. So then we see Alfred talking with Jean-Paul, who's still in full costume. He's reading the Guardian Angel book.
Yeah. Still unable to communicate with anyone. Or unwilling to. Whichever the two.
But yeah, he does get Jean-Paul to change in the regular clothes, and then they get in the car. He's like, I'm going to take you to go see your friends. And then just in the middle of the ride, Jean-Paul leaps out of the car and
scales up onto a building.
Yeah, leaps up to the rooftops and puts on his Azrael costume again.
Because those are his real clothes.
So once again, Batman's like in the Batmobile, busy as just like last issue.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, oh, maybe he heard he was alone in the cave. Maybe he heard something on one of the monitors. I'll access the recording equipments, see what's coming during the last. No one's checked their answering machine for the last 12 hours.
The tape ran out.
Exactly.
It was 1995.
Message from Mrs. McFarlane. The woman Shondra Kinsolving? Yes. She called the house at 6:23. The tape was played at least once, so Jean Paul, yes, tape. So Jean Paul must have heard it. Some kind of riot. Sandra was in danger. So again, it's so weird. It's like Bruce supposedly cared about this woman so much, but now that she has the mind of a child and he can't,
Yeah, he was going to propose to her, right?
Yeah. Now that he can't have intercourse with her. Now he's like, oh, yeah, you and Jean Paul take care of this. Yeah, no.
It's like what I do with Vicky Vale's number.
Chicks won't feel pity for me and bang me.
Well, Bruce couldn't be a pillow princess with Shondra Kinsolving now.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so
Song.
One of Justin's personal favorites.
Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That
but yeah, Alfred's was like, you'll investigate yourself. He's like, I can't. He's still talking about Ratcatcher. Ratcatcher is still out there.
Oh man, Ratcatcher was making his life miserable.
I know. But he's like, pick up the psychiatrist and the woman. Get them to Sandra's. He's like, wait for Jean Paul to show up. Call when you can. And he's like, pray that before the night is over, I don't have something new on my conscience, something unbearable. And Jean Paul is just like riding on the top of trucks and cars to get there. But then we see Nug and Clubber make it to the house where Sandra lives.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, Clubber's big. For those of you who've never read this, Clubber almost looks like who's I don't know if he's Hulk size, but he might be like
Man Mountain Marco.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And then his cousin Nug looks like maybe might be a short fellow, maybe like 5 foot or maybe a little just over 5 foot.
Yeah, looks that way.
But yeah, they knocked out. See, that's the thing, and Clubber doesn't have to kill this guard dog because they gave it like something. They
tranquilized it in the food.
Yeah, they put a tranquilizer in its food, so it's sleeping. So yeah.
Just picks it up and kills it. Ugh.
You see what I done? I killed it.
Yeah, I saw.
That's all right. Then Azrael shows up. Is like, hey, no, who's that? Who's that? I don't know, Clubber. When I should kill him? Yeah. So
it doesn't go according to plan. Though.
No, I mean he punches Azrael once, but then I think the system takes over because pretty much
that's all it took.
Gives him a double-handed knockout, and then Nug tries to pull a gun, and Azrael knocks him out before he pulls the trigger. Then that Mrs. McFarlane comes out. She's like, "What's going on? You people have no business. You leave this minute, or I'll take my broom to you." Oh no!
You heard me, shoo!
My training from Saint Dumas doesn't won't protect me from a broom.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun on a broom.
You heard me, shoo. But then Elfwood comes out and says, "Oh no, this is this. You need to chase the chap in the colorful armor. Believe it or not, he's a friend."
Yeah.
But then he's like, "Oh, let's go have tea in the house." And then I guess they don't even call the cops for Nug and Clubber because they kind of wake up and then they're just like,
yeah, they don't seem too concerned about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Nug's like talking in third person. He's like, the easy way failed, okay, but Nug's got nothing against the hard way if that's what it takes. Yeah. Man. So this is when Mrs. McFarlane tells the rest of them about what happened in the at the zoo, Shondra saw a little boy in a wheelchair and used her power to heal him.
So she still has her powers. She's still able to use
Yeah. She's just she's almost like Jean Paul at this point, because Sondra's like basically like, she couldn't deal with her, what is it, Benedict Ass making her a part of killing that whole town in England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Her mind kind of shut down. Yeah.
So I think they said she's mentally at the like a 4-year-old level or something.
4-year-old.
Yeah. I think that's what they even say. Body of a grown woman, 4-year-old girl.
Yep.
Because then they said, Mrs. McFarlane said, everyone wanted to piece her after she cured that boy. And then of course, if you didn't read Night Quest or anything, then Alfred kind of fills everyone in on, who Shondra Kinsolving was.
And she's wearing she's wearing a dress for a 4-year-old girl with a it's pink with teddy bears all over it.
Yeah. But yeah, she's like, Shondra comes down. I heard voices. They're not bad, are they? They won't hurt me. She's like, no, they're good, kind friends. Every one of them. She points at Azrael. Was he a friend? A splendid friend. It's just a little early for Halloween.
Friend.
Then he hands her the Guardian Angel book. So they send her off to bed, and then Alfred's like, we do have a problem. They're right. And the incident an hour ago. Oh, then they're nugging Clubber at a bar.
Yep. Making plans.
Basically, what was this guy, like a DJ or some guy from the radio? Oh yeah, radio guy. They're just like, tomorrow evening at 7 there'll be more. That girl's gonna, that woman's gonna heal more people at the big house out north of town. He's like, and anybody who doesn't get cured will waltz away with a big fat check for their trouble, signed by Mr. Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So did he just mention Bruce Wayne's name because he's the rich guy in town, or does he know there's some kind of connection with Bruce Wayne?
I just assumed because that's the neighborhood, and because he is like the richest guy in town. Yeah,
he's like, that
was my assumption.
Do your listeners a favor, get the word out.
Get the word out.
I love Clubber. I know you're my cousin and you're really smart and all, but why'd you tell him that? It's called a diversion, Clubber. But yeah, Clubber says he has to get back to the zoo. They're cleaning out the winter cages for the animals. And Doug's like, I know that's my part of my plan. The best part. You want your goddess this time tomorrow night? Well, you'll have her.
Yeah.
And then we see Brian talking to Azrael outside.
Which is a very one-sided conversation because Azrael's still not speaking at this point in time.
And he's like, I know you learned about your heritage, the animal nature and stuff. He's like, first, there's only 1% difference in the genetic makeup of men and chimpanzees. The difference may be significant, but it's awful small. Chimp organs have been transplanted into men. Blood transfusions are a possibility. Animal heart valves are put into people. He's like, I can go on. You get the idea.
He's like, I'm a monkey's uncle.
I was gonna say, well, first,
don't shock the monkey.
And there's only 1% difference between chimps and humans. So yes, we all throw our poop differently.
Right? Some more than others.
Exactly.
He's cradling my nuts.
But he says, even to give the belief in a mortal soul, you're part. If you to admit you're part beast, we all are. So there's the fact you had a little non-human help getting born. Really, that important? So I guess Jean Paul basically just nodding his head.
Yeah.
The rest isn't quite so easy. The torture and the conditioning, the twisting and mutilation of your mind, ugly stuff. Difficult to deal with even a good psychiatrist, which heaven knows I am not. For now, it's like, leave it at this. It seems to me that becoming fully human is a task, not a privilege, and the biggest part of it is overcoming problems, those you make for yourself and those you inherit. Then he sends him off to sleep.
Yeah. And Lily's been listening to the whole thing.
Yeah. He's like, I know what you're gonna ask. Why didn't I overcome my problems being an alcoholic for the last 10 years?
Yeah, the last decade being a drunken waste, he says.
And he says, this physician could not even heal his patients, much less himself. She's still wearing that Saint Dumas
I know.
outfit.
I can't understand that, how she kept that for so long. You'd think that would have been the first thing that she would have gotten rid of.
I think, I don't know. I guess it's just a comfort thing because, as she said, she had never left that castle before, and
Right.
this is probably the only thing they allowed her to wear every day. So
Yeah. But having tried on other clothes at
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul's place, like, I don't know. Yeah, and then we see the mob outside of Bruce Wayne's place.
Oh yeah. Nug's like, in there, the healer, the money in there. So people just like start jumping over the fence and stuff. And he says, come on, clubber around the back. And as the crowd gets to the house, Azrael comes out and just starts knocking them down.
Laying into them all.
Yeah, just punches, kicks. But then, is there some kind of security alarm? Because the Nug and Clubber sneak in the back door, knock out that Mrs. McFarlane, and then grab.
Yeah, they punch her right in the face. I was like,
Yeah.
yikes. Jeez.
Then Clubber just throws Shondra over his shoulder, and they take off.
Yeah.
She's screaming, "Help me! Help!"
Caveman style.
Yeah, and again,
Yeah.
because again, she's terrified. Again, she's the mind of a 4-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be terrified as a 46-year-old if somebody burst in and hauled me out of my bed.
Exactly.
Well, depending on what they look like.
Well, I was going to say, depending who he is, huh?
Yeah, depending on who he is, yeah. If they look like Clubber, I'd be a little terrified, but
Yeah.
if they look like Alan Richson, well, I'd be all right with it. My favorite biscuit.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Yeah, Alan Richardson. What's that show he's on? Is that Reacher or is that some
Reacher?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, you want a Reacher, huh?
You better believe it.
All right. You ready for the last one?
Yes, number 12.
All right, Azrael number 12. All right, from January 1996. Oh, look, I'm going to graduate high school in a few months. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Me too.
That's how old this thing is. Azrael Rising Part 2. Looks like the same team as last time.
Yep.
The thugs Clubber and Nug have set a ransom for Dr. Shondra Kinsolving, who has made quite a name for herself with her healing abilities. Azrael is able to find out the identities of the kidnappers and finds them at the zoo, where they are also keeping Dr. Kinsolving. Azrael easily defeats them and rescues the woman who sees him as her guardian angel. I was just waiting for every time a redneck gets punched in the face, an angel gets his wings. Know that you are liars and deceivers. And then they'd just be all like, howdy, y'all. See, we don't need to hear Russell. I can fake it.
I spend too much money on tobacco and Mountain Dew.
All right. So yeah, this one opens. We got Azrael still like punching out the crowd.
Yeah.
I love that people. These guys aren't even afraid. They still keep coming. The one guy's like, "We're not gonna let him get away with that." Punching them out, the freak.
The freak. Yeah.
But then he like activates those torches, and it's just like,
yeah. Once he starts waving those swords around, it's like, don't even bother.
And Lily comes running out. She's like, Azrael, no, let them go. They are not enemies. They are merely fools.
And poor Mrs. McFarlane with a shiner now.
Yeah.
Eesh.
So yeah, because they get she's like, have you seen them? Seen her? And Lily's like, seen who? And Mrs. McFarlane's like, 2 men. They struck me and knocked me cold, and she's gone. And Brian's like, apparently Shondra has been abducted. So I mean, I guess he could have left, but it's so weird. All of a sudden, Alfred's gone.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Yeah.
I guess he was just there to take Brian and Lily to the house. I don't know.
I suppose, but
you would think if Bruce can't show up, he would want Alfred there.
Right.
Man, that purple outfit of Lily's is really painted on.
Saint Dumas really liked the skin tight stuff. Apparently,
I know. I'm like, we're not really leaving much to the imagination. So then we see Shondra in the car with Nug and Clubber, and Clubber's like, "Let me explain, okay? See, I seen you with that kid in the wheelchair yesterday, making him walk and all. The minute I seen that, I knew you was a goddess. That's why we took you." He's like, "At least that's why I took you. My cousin here, he says that rich guy Bruce Wayne will play plenty to get you back. That's fine with me too, but mainly I want to." And Nug's like, "Get her out. We don't have her all day." But he's basically telling her how he works at the zoo, and no one's here, but how they're preparing for the winter and stuff. But he says, "I've always been big and ugly, and everyone says I'm stupid." Nug, everyone's right.
Stupid.
None of the girls would ever like me when I asked them out. They laughed at me, and they'd make me really, really mad. Once I got so mad, I hurt a girl really bad.
So he's an incel.
So what I want is, I want you to make me smart and handsome. Make me smart and handsome now. I could hurt you worse than that girl. And Nug's like, "Hold on, we want to keep her alive a little longer." And Clubber says, "Can I tell her?" Nug, "Yeah. See, we're in the cage the tigers live in during the winter. At 8 tonight, a machine will lift them bars, and the tigers come in. Now the big tiger's a mother tiger, and she'll kill anyone she can get a hold of because of her babies. And she knows we're here only at 8. We ain't gonna be here. You're gonna be here all by yourself. She's gonna eat you."
She's gonna eat you. Yeah.
Killing the fat bastard. She's gonna eat you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
pretty
terrible.
harsh
I mean, this will be terrible for a normal woman, but again, she has the mind of a child. I mean,
Yeah, she's got to be absolutely terrified.
especially you tell a 4-year-old, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna let that tiger eat you."
Yeah. Oh my God, can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
And then Azrael's still catatonic. He's been like that for hours, ever since we heard about the kidnapping. He's just staring off into space.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least the helmet's off, but yeah, he's still
Yeah.
Lily. No, he's been like that for weeks, ever since he learned he was nurtured by animal fluids.
Oh, there we go again. Animal fluids.
Yeah, gotta review that again in case first issue. But Brian being a little insightful here. He's like, "I think it's that." He's like, "But it's a loss." He's like, "I think it's also goes deeper. It's a loss of purpose. I think he was raised to be a mindless assassin, and he's become convinced that murder is not an acceptable vocation. Consequently, his life now lacks a reason. It becomes essentially meaningless." I'm guessing he thought guarding the Sandra woman would redeem him, give him something worthwhile to do. But now that she's gone, and Lily, the answer to his problem is perfectly obvious. That doesn't look like he has a little smirk on his face. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I could go save her. But yeah,
And then he starts dumping his tea out and writing on the tablecloth in the tea.
Oh yeah, see, her must have heard the names Nug and Clubber.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lily's like, "You heard the names of the men from last night?" And then Mrs. McFarlane says, "Minnie Clubber has a nephew, a bad boy. He got out of prison last year. Works at the zoo." That's he is a bad boy. I heard he's every day he goes to work and spanks the monkey.
Sometimes with both hands.
Oh! And then Brian's like, "Oh, this whole thing started at the zoo, right?" But then the phone rings and Lily answers it. That's Nug saying, "If you want to see the woman alive again, bring 40,000 in unmarked bills to the northeast corner of the shopping mall tonight." And Lily just goes, "No, there is no Mr. Smith here," and hangs up. So
Yeah, I love
I'm just
that.
like, why is she doing that? Is it just, are we supposed to see that she's not a nice person, or is
Well, she says, I have faith in Azrael. I trust he'll. She wanted to believe that Azrael would be able to take care of the situation.
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, she says, they're like, wrong number. Oh yeah, and then
We're always getting them.
Then Clubber's just like poking that tiger with like a pole, just trying to get it madder.
Yeah, what a nasty piece of work that is.
I know. I was hoping he was going to get eaten.
Me too. Me too. I was hoping he was going to get knocked into the cage at the end of this, and
It would have been
claw his face off.
Yeah, it would have been the greatest karma if like a woman had knocked him into that cage where he got eaten by the tiger.
Yeah, it was Shondra.
Yeah,
She accidentally trips him into it or something. Yeah,
and you can't convict her because she has the mind of a child. She didn't.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was self-defense. Come on now.
But then Nug comes in. He's like, "When are we getting the money?" And Nug's like, "We're not. They hung up on me." And Clever's basically like, "Hear that, goddess? Your friends don't care about you. They want you to get eaten.
They want you to get eaten.
One chance, goddess. Make me handsome and smart right now." And Nug's like, "She can identify us. We got to do it." And that's when Clubber hits Nug and says, "No."
Yeah. She's gonna fix me first.
He says, "I said the cat and I meant the cat. She don't get shot. She gets eaten." And Nug says, "Oh yeah, so lift the bars, let it happen." And Clubber, "I can't. I don't know how. We got to wait till the machine does it at 8 o'clock.
I don't know how. Oh man.
Then we see Azrael. Oh, this is some great art on this page when Azrael gets to this.
I love that. Yeah. Good stuff.
Great kits and art there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got 10 minutes to 8, and but then Nug's asking Clubber. He's like, "You the only guard? Aren't there others?" And Clubber says, "Don't worry about them. They ain't gonna bother because he's hung the 2 other guards."
Yeah. They're both dead.
Yeah, because Azrael finds him.
Man, working at the Gotham City Zoo, you must have to have a really high life insurance premium policy.
Mm-hmm.
Think of all the crazy stuff that's happened there over the years.
Oh yeah. Especially if some villain just decides they need an, you turn around, you're working that aviary, you turn around, man, the penguin's like gassing you with an umbrella.
Right. Or Catman's in there trying to get one of the exotic big cats out.
So yeah, Clubber's really working the tiger up into a frenzy. It's Azrael. I think Azrael hears the roaring, so
yeah.
So yeah, Nug and Clubber are trying to leave, and Nug's like, "Cops will figure she somehow stumbled in there." And Clubber, Nug, as we see Azrael. Yeah.
That's my favorite of the issue right there.
Yeah.
That's great.
And Nug's like, "The guy from last night." He starts opening fire. Of course, those bullets aren't doing nothing.
Yeah. And he gets his head slammed right into the wall.
Yeah. And then Clubber comes up with that steel bar and hits Azrael from behind.
I ain't so stupid. I don't know you're wearing bulletproof clothes. Well, they ain't stopping me.
Man manages to knock Azrael down, but then Azrael blocks with that arm and then turns that torch on. Yeah, that flame.
Yes.
Yeah.
The sword comes out.
And then he's beating on Clubber. No more.
And Clubber pulls an Eric Cartman. He's like, "No more. I give up." And then
Azrael's gonna let him go. He looks like he turns around, but then Clubber tries to attack him from behind. But
yeah,
Azrael ain't having that.
No. Kicks him right in the face and lays him out.
Yeah. And then he hears a little "help me."
See, that was the part that he should have gotten knocked into the tiger's cage.
Yeah.
When Azrael kicked him in the face, he should have stumbled backwards and landed in the cage.
Either that or he woke up and he come running in and they like pushed him into the tiger or something.
Yeah.
But Azrael finds the tiger. Looks like she's about to eat Shondra. But
yeah.
Well, at least thank goodness Azrael doesn't kill the tiger. He just picks her up, throws her back on the other side with her cubs, and closes the cage door.
Yeah. I was pleased about that. There was a more unnecessary animal death in this issue. Yeah. We've had a lot of that lately.
Well, don't you think? I mean, now rather than any other point in time, right now, Azrael's really feeling a kinship with animals.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you my mother?
Yeah.
So yeah, he closes that cage, and Shondra says, "Are you my guardian angel?" He said. He
angel?
finally speaks for the first time in three issues. She's like, "Yes, I am."
Yes. Next issue. Yeah.
Oh yes, next next one's a
The
two-parter.
Return
Yeah,
of the Demon. Yeah.
Leha and the Demon Biss. Yeah,
Yeah. It's a big one.
yeah. Haven't seen them since sort of Azrael.
Yeah. Yeah, so this issue wrapped up the first year of the title of
Yep.
Azrael. Yeah. It was a
So
kind of a rocky start. It was a little rocky in the first year, I would say.
yeah, I think we're kind of getting on track here finally, since after we left Ra's al Ghul and all that stuff.
Yeah. I feel like that was kind of where things got off track a little bit.
Although, like
But
I
now
said, these issues were weird because the first issue, our main character only shows up with the last panel, and then the last two issues, he speaks one line. That's it.
I like that though. It's different.
Mhm. It is.
Yeah, it's different. And it gives the supporting characters like Brian and Sister Lily some time
Mhm.
to have their dialogue, to kind of give a voice to those two characters and flesh them out a little bit more.
It's almost like a silent issue, but it's just the main character who's silent. Everyone else is talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it helped that we had some guest stars too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I mean, especially that first issue. I mean, that was
Mm,
guest stars galore there.
totally. Yeah.
Batman, my favorite character.
Yeah, I liked it though because it was different. It wasn't just, as Azrael as we've seen him in the past.
Mhm.
It was different versions, and like you said, we only saw him in one panel of issue number 10. So yeah, it was cool. It was different.
Oh, that next issue. I mean, he only makes a quick appearance on a few pages, but look at that biscuit in the next issue.
Hmm. There he is with the ponytail and everything.
Yeah, that long ass 90s pony.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that costume too. That was a good one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, he's in the next two issues, isn't he?
Nightwing,
Or
no,
is it just
he just
is it
shows, like
just
I
the
said, he
next?
shows up real quick towards the beginning of the next one. But yeah,
Oh,
after
okay.
that,
For some reason I thought he was in the following one as
nah,
well.
I wish, but nah. Oh my lord, yeah. First page of that next issue. Look at that art.
Oh yeah. I love
Yeah,
it. Barry Kitson, man. He is so good.
he is. All right, so your thoughts on these, Justin?
Yeah, these were a nice, like I said, a nice different diversion rather than Azrael as we know him or as we saw him previously in whatever incarnation, from the Sword of Azrael miniseries to the Batman stuff to As Bats and beyond, and even the start of this series. It's a much different Azrael.
Mhm.
He's gone through a lot and he's kind of taking it all in and processing it and figuring out what his new role is in all of this, where he was made to be just basically a mindless assassin for
Oh
all
yeah,
intents and purposes, a living weapon. Now, he can still be a living weapon, but for good, a force for good. And he's trying to figure out how he can best become that. And I really like it. It's good.
oh yeah. I kind yeah. It's kind of like we're finally almost pretty much to the point where we see the Azrael we're going to get for the rest of this series, or at least for a while here. Because again, like you said, even when the series started, he was still suffering a little bit of trauma, after his
Yeah,
time as Batman, and then the whole
totally.
animal thing pushed him over the edge.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we see things get a little bit more steady from
Mm.
here on out in this series. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Anything else, Justin?
No, other than I love the Barry Kitson artwork.
Yes.
I can't get enough of it. And I'm so happy that he stays on this title for, I think it's the next year, right? He's on until I think issue 25 or something like that.
I'm
He
trying to
stays
remember.
on
He
for
might even be on here a little past that too.
maybe even further than that. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
he was on there for quite a bit. So
Yeah.
that makes me happy too, that we have a
Oh yeah.
lot more of that to look forward to. Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you know? Did they ever put out any of that Azrael Kitson art as like a poster or anything? That's another thing that they need to.
That's a good question. I'll have to look that up.
I don't know how much they did the merch for Azrael, especially at that point. But I mean, yeah, that's
For the series, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'll have to check that out.
uh,
I feel like there might have been some marketing stuff back when they changed it to Agent of the Bat.
Oh yeah.
which was that around issue number 50?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I remember seeing a
Oh.
poster of that.
Oh, this might be at the start of the ongoing. Looks like for $15 on eBay, you can get that poster.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
A Fallen Angel Rises.
That's some gorgeous kits and artwork. I think that was from. Was that from one of the issues, or was that maybe an original?
It might be. I think it's one of the, probably one of the ones they had. Yeah, it says promo art, so it's probably like the one that
Okay.
they sent to the stores or whatever. Cause
Nice.
yeah, either that or or I wonder if it's like a. Oh, did they do it as a page ad in the issues? Because
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, it's one of the things. It says like a new ongoing monthly starting in December, and
That's probably what I'm thinking of. Yeah, the ads from the actual comics themselves. Yeah.
yeah, because that's the only thing I'm really seeing of kits and art like up as a poster wise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, oh, where's this? Looks like I don't know if he might sell some of the original art. Oh god, it's probably an arm and a leg.
Ooh.
Here's a page. How much is this? This was from 2015. Not seeing a price, but I'm sure it's probably not like black and white art, but I'm sure it's not cheap.
Yeah, all the original art's pretty pricey.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. That's gorgeous. I love it. It'd be worth every penny.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, kids. So yes. So can I send us your thoughts on this, on the Batman stuff? Here, let me pull up the schedule, tell you everything that's coming up. I forgot. Yeah, this is gonna be like for the end of March. So we're kind of ahead again. So. Oh, that's right. So yeah, this will be the end of March. So in April, Lilith and I, for our episodes, we're going to be covering. Yes, there were 10 issues of it, but the Joker series from 1975 all through April.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's an extra week in April too. So we're gonna do issues 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and then just issue 10, the last one, issue 10 for an episode.
Nice.
And then at the end of April, yes, me, Justin, and hopefully Russ will be back. We'll do Azrael 13 and 14.
Two-part story.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then in May, Justin may join us because we may. You expressed some interest in some of those 90s Catwoman.
Oh, definitely.
Episodes.
I'd love to join you guys for those. Yeah, I think there were 2 episodes of that you had on the schedule.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Issues 1 through 4 and 15 through 18. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that series.
And then I know there's going to be at least he's probably going to be here all in June because that's Killer Moth.
Yep. You guys won't be able to get rid of me that month.
He'll join us for the 3 Killer Moth episodes, and then he'll be here for the Azrael. So
yeah, you'll see me all month long on We Are the Night.
You'll see him so much you'll think we're giving away free biscuits or something.
That's right.
My favorite biscuit.
All right. Send us all your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-Capes. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise, our Cash App link if you want to just send us money.
Make it rain.
And of course, the Patreon. Again, bonus content. It's always something a little different. Like Lilith and I are reviewing the AVN Awards this year, or Lilith Hellfire's Conspiracy Theory. By the time you hear this, the Lilith Hellfire Conspiracy Theories may be up. So go check that out. So find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever. I love it.
All right. So this Justin the Owl, this king of podcasting, you can find, as you've heard, you hear him here once a month talking Azrael with me and Russell. I also hear him once a month on Energon Universe with me and Russell, talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff from Image Comics. You can hear him twice a month on Electric Mullet, talking Superman with me and Tyler. And every week over on the Capes and Lunatics feed, you can hear me and him on either Marvel Tales or X-Men Classics. But every week we're at least talking something Marvel, be it the next book or something else. But this crazy bastard, that's not all he does. So, Justin, what else do you do?
If that's not enough, you can also find me over at Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is with Russell, which is 3 times a month. We discuss everything to do with the Incredible Hulk and the Sensational She-Hulk. And we also have a Patreon page, so do check that out if you're so inclined. And twice a month, Russell and I are joined by our pal, the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, and we discuss Fox's Predator in Predator and Prey, the Yocha podcast. We're right now discussing the brand new Marvel series, The Final Hunt by Ed Brisson. And we're also discussing the classic comic books from Dark Horse. Also, Russell and I can be found over on Tomes of Evil, the comic book supervillain podcast, where we're doing such series as Gone the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast, where we're talking about DC's Demon, the classic Jack Kirby series from the 70s, which we are reviewing in full. And last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends is my solo project dedicated to forgotten and obscure comic book series from over the years. And by the time that this episode comes out, March's spotlight will be on a forgotten 90s series called Black Wolf.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch. One way to Biscuit Town. I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon.
I love Drunk Justin. What were we talking about? Will said something about getting a reaction video for you for something, and I was like, "Oh, I love Drunk Justin reaction. I get so much content with it."
They are the gift that keeps giving.
All right, kids. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Again, we'll be back next week. We'll start our Joker talk.
Yeah.
And then Justin and hopefully Russell will be back at the end of next month for Azrael 13 and 14. And Leha will be back too.
Leha. Nightwing, Leha, and the Demon.
That's right.
Well, one of the demons.
Yeah, Azrael filling up that rogues gallery of non-Batman enemies. All right, everyone. Come back next time. Join us. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Where the night?
The Batman Podcast.
Remember, be nice to children and animals. Nug.